Hi guys, Numis here. Welcome back to Northam City for episode number 3. Today I'll be building out what will be mainly a Italian neighborhood. This won't be called Little Italy, rather it will be like a more authentic Italian neighborhood compared to Little Italy, which is in the historical downtown, where Italian immigrants have largely been priced out, and it's mostly the businesses that left in this area. So the neighborhood I built today would be the less touristy Italian part of the city and where most of the actual Italians live. And to start off, I'm building just a very simple cemetery along this hillside. Before building out the neighborhood, I want to add some extra details to the elevator station I put down here at an earlier point. This station is named Maroni Avenue, after the road that crosses under it. Maroni Avenue is named after Salvatore Maroni from the Batman universe.
Welcome. I'm Salvatore Maroni.
If you don't know this character, he's one of the big mob bosses of an Italian descent in Gotham City. I think building out an Italian area around an avenue named after him makes perfect sense, and it's kind of a tribute to this great character. In an earlier episode, I just plopped down this NYC elevator station and made it into a metro station without adding any extra details. I'll be adding some station signs with line information and some time displays, system maps and so on to customize it further. For the majority of this neighborhood, I use a mix of Brooklyn and Queens content creator pack, together with a bunch of workshop New York buildings, some that I've used before. But the buildings that really set the tone are these Little Italy assets that I mixed together with them to create those classic Italian American shops. This neighborhood really started growing out in the mid-1800s when the elevated rail lines were built through here. Being a little in the outskirts of the city, it was cheaper than the historical downtown, but it was now getting an easy connection to it, which had the area growing rapidly. A lot of Italian immigrants moved to the city for the opportunities here, and because some of them opened restaurants and shops in this area, a lot of other Italians moved there, and it eventually turned into what is today the biggest concentration of Italian Americans in the city today. This is definitely the place to go if you want to get some gabagool.
Gabriela sends me down here for the gabagool.
The gabagool.
Gabagool? Over here.
There's a lot of plopping of buildings, but I tried to cut it down to not be too repetitive. So I'll turn up the music and leave you to watch the time lapse. In this little lot between the buildings, I just detail up a small and kind of run down playground with some rusty equipment and a little overgrowth to add a little spice. While football, or soccer as I would call it in this city, isn't the most popular sport, I figured the city would have at least one professional team, and it felt the right fit to have the stadium for it right by the Italian neighborhood. I imagine other European immigrants around the whole city also come here to support the team. Because it's not a major sport here, I want the stadium to reflect that, so I just picked one of the smaller ones from Matchday DLC, and did some simple detailing around it with trees and some small parking lots. As we get further towards the edge of the borough, I introduce a little low density in the form of some single family houses. These are the narrow urban houses from Smileys, and they are just perfect here I think, and looks a lot like the houses you'll see around, for example, Brooklyn and Queens, blended together with the bigger brick apartment buildings. You can't have an Italian neighborhood without a proper neighborhood church. The one I use is a church from Rochester, I believe, and I really love the look of this one. It was just perfect in terms of the look and size I needed there. After plopping it down, I just continue expanding out in the same style with shops and apartments. To add even more to that Italian feel, I cover up some of the shop fronts with designs from the Little Italy collection. Getting back to Maroni Avenue, I wanted to give this street a little more character, as it is the main street and heart of the neighborhood. I removed the street side parking here, and with IMT I detail up some of these temporary looking outdoor seating areas, which have taken the place of previous parking spots. Just some wooden pallets and walls, and then I put in a few functional tables, so the Sims will actually use it, and a few umbrellas from Maroni, which fits Italian neighborhood I think. And to finish off the detailing in the street, I had some Italian hanging flags across. I imagine they're having some kind of celebration. Maybe there's the Italian National Day and they put up these flags along the street for it. And we can't forget the murals and graffiti, lots of it all over the place. built a little skateboarding area, which I will use as a little micro detailing project in this street corner. To make it very gritty and depressing, I cover it with homeless tents, trash, and a broken TV that's on fire. Bringing together these scenes is something I love to do, and it just adds some character to the city, sprinkling these around, I think. Going into IMT again, I add some street trees and also a few different decals to rough up the road surface. Doing this with IMT can often make it look too uniform, but I found if you turn down the probability and also set a range for the rotation, it adds in some randomness and can save a lot of time when you can just copy this across the different roads. So then we're almost at the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it if you made it all the way to the end. Like, comment, subscribes would be greatly appreciated as always. That will help me grow the channel and give me some motivation to keep this project going. I do have a Patreon as well if you wish to support me further, but of course just watching, commenting, liking, all of those things are all you can ask for and it's greatly appreciated. Anyways, I hope to see you in the next one, and stay tuned for a few cinematics.